So this will be their most likely action, but also the evolution of your relationship. And this is what they would want to have happen. We saw the 10 of Swords. I feel like that have already happened. It's the minor arcana death card. This is the major arcana death card. So I feel like they are trying to wrap their head around that something has ended or something didn't work out, or that they have been like something has really been disrupted in their life, possibly your relationship. Okay. And I felt like the horse and the girl that maybe you ended it and they are trying to look as if they don't care, or that they are not too affected by this, but that they are doing some, it's almost like having an overreaction to a certain situation, and then you do a lot of things that looks like you're having fun, but it's not really fun. So the most likely action, 8 of Swords. We saw 10 of Swords together with 2 of Swords, and then now the 8 of Swords. It's very locked up energy. It's as if they can't act natural. They can't say what they really want to say. Probably because of pride, ego, but also they're trying to protect themselves. So they want to solve this situation, but they don't see an easy solution. They don't see how they can solve this or fix this in a simple way that won't, you know, put them even more in jeopardy or in a vulnerable state or a vulnerable situation. I'm actually seeing something peculiar in the light. Sometimes I do that. I hope I won't close off the video and I will still be able to show you this. See here. It's a little bit hard to see from this perspective, but it's actually a face there. Okay, it was a face there. It's behind the flame and it's a horn sticking out, but it can be a horn or it's the jester, kind of jester hat, you know, on a jester they have a hat with a little bit bells. So we will remember this: devil with horns or jester with a bell. Okay, this is their behavior right now. Jester with a bell. They're trying to look as if, I'm trying to see this to connect with the picture. So they're trying to be like a fool almost, or having the time of my life. But then the devil, it has a more brutal meaning to it. We will search into that a little bit later on, what the devil might be. Okay, this is their intentions, and we have a 5 of Pentacles. So they don't really have any intentions right now. They just try to not look like an outcast or someone that, you know, are not lovable, or they're trying to look as if they're not hurting and are not thrown out. And I recently broke up with my boyfriend when it really was you that broke up. So it can be like this, but these intentions can also be intention to make you feel like this, to make you feel like an outsider. And this is their feelings for you. And we see the Emperor here. So it's like a block. They don't want to show their feelings to you. But in the same time, this shows pretty serious feelings. So it's very contradictory with them. They don't want you to know their feelings. But I definitely feel like they have feelings. The Emperor usually comes for the one. And you also have the Empress. So I think this relationship was pretty serious from their point of view. This is how they view you. 10 of Pentacles, yes. So this was a serious relationship for them. They probably saw that this relationship was going to go on for, you know, for a foreseeable amount of time. As far as they could see in the future, they wanted to be together with you. Even if they didn't behave like that, maybe because of the devil gesture, a jester, that might be like a part of their personality or their pattern. So this is how they view the relationship, and it's a 4 of Cups, so they don't want to admit to wanting anything from this relationship. It's the 4, so it's connected with the Emperor here. No, what relationship? It wasn't even a relationship, it was more a situationship. I didn't really care. It's that kind of attitude that I'm getting from this person here. but it's their hurt and they are not dealing with it particularly well. This is what they would want to have happen. 6 of Pentacles. So they want reconciliation. They want to fix things. They probably want to run to you and say, I'm sorry, I will do better. But you're not going to see that with this prideful attitude. So maybe it was something they did that you couldn't accept. So you had to put a boundary, and now they didn't handle that well either, probably. So they didn't say, okay, I'll listen to you. I'm sorry, I will try to change my behavior, but you need to help me to keep me conscious about this, because it's something I often forget. So we need to have a word. So now I'm seeing a queen. No, maybe it's not a queen. It's hard to see. It can be a Roman soldier with this curly hair, because it's looked like a queen because of the curly hair, and it's like it leaves around the head, like a victory thingy around the head. But why I thought that it was not a queen, because as far it looks like a queen, but it is the broad shoulders and the armor, and also have like a cape. So maybe it's a Roman soldier. Pride, ego, looking good, coming off on top. I see your flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken. Hallelujah. That's probably your song. So I think they want to win. They want to look good. They want to look celebrated. Like, oh, all the girls or all the boys wants me. And now you have made them look less than good. And that is kind of pissing them off. You can see this here. So you have hurt their pride, most definitely. And therefore, because of their pride, they can't say that, oh, I want you back, I'm sorry. So the pride gets in the way here, this Roman soldier. Okay, this is their most likely action. And we see a 7 of Cups, so that's confusion. If you are combination of the Fool and the Devil, you must be confused. You probably don't know who you are. Everything is like you're playing a role. You're acting out some kind of drama, but you don't know who you truly are or what you really want. So, Hangman. It's something, I think this person doesn't know themselves properly. So they are just acting like the role for the day. Either this prideful soldier, or acting like the devil, manipulating people, or acting like the fool, like doing foolish, reckless things, being the daredevil, or the person that party too much, or do speeds things up, doing things that's, it's something people do at parties, kissing the wrong people, or, throwing themselves in ice cold water, or like these crazy stuff. But it's really like a tear running down the person's cheek when they do this. It's almost like they show that they are suicidal or self-destructive. It's not really happy actions. It's more desperation and kind of showing off. And here we have the Moon. So I'm basically seeing this person not doing anything despite going into a depression. So the 7 of Cups together with the Moon, it's both illusions. It's about not knowing your feelings, or not being able to know what's the right way forward, or do I love this person? Don't I love them? Do I hate them? Am I scared of them, or am I scared of losing them? What's going on here? This person doesn't know. It's just very confused. And we also saw the 10 of Swords before, and that together with the Hangman here. It makes a full picture of a person that's on really thin ice, like on a psychological level. And they might go through the ice and, end up in the freezing cold water. First it was a party trick, but it quickly turns out to them kind of spiraling down into some kind of maybe even suicidal depression. Okay, and then we have the 8 of Pentacles. So here we see this person doesn't want to cooperate. They don't want to say they're sorry, even if they want to have the apology, like they want you to make up and be friends, kiss and be friends. Here It's a much better card than the Four of Cups. It comes Eight of Pentacles. It shows a person that's prepared to work on something. So if they survive this depression, because not all people survive this phase of their life when someone has broken up, or they broke up because they were prideful, they regret themselves, or they regret that they didn't say that they were sorry, and then they were too prideful to say even that, and then they did all these self like reckless things or self-destructive things. If they come out alive on the other end, Eight of Pentacles, but then the Five of Wands. So this person has a little bit troublesome personality overall. They have like, it's easy for them to make themselves, paint themselves up to be the victim in a situation, when really they are the perpetrator, or even the one causing the trouble, causing the madness, causing the conflicts, causing the trouble. So I'm seeing them coming out like from this depression or this desperation and thinking, okay, I want to fix things. But then wanting to fix things, they will quickly go back to being, you know, stubborn. I'm the victim here. You did this awful thing. It's almost like they whitewash their own behavior when they are really the one always causing the trouble, always, you know, stirring up a conflict, not being able to take a no or say yes, or I think this person has a deep personality problem because of they might have not be close with their family, or can be that they are constant in conflict with their family, or constant in conflict with other people. And maybe your friend says, I don't really like your person here, or they are also a little bit edgy, or if they come, I won't come. So you might have seen this kind of situations in the life that you have possibly shared, that other people have reacted badly to this person. It's not a bad person, but I'm feeling that it's easy for them to spiral. It's easy for them to blame other people, to not take responsibility. And when they try to do good, they will fall back and do like those bad things again, because they are having an over dramatic personality. Okay. Never ending story. 37. I will read this card for you. 39, 38, 37. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, even abuse or neglect, or more complex, and for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. So this person really needs to install a grown-up that will be much better to take care of them than the jester, devil, soldier kind of combination. And if you have this on the outside, you probably have this on the inside as well, that you need to install a grown-up that's more, you know, we need to be rock solid and have our own back, like having a strong backbone that also takes care of us. We stand tall. We don't just shift our, not our moods, not what we like and don't like. We are kind of steady. We can, change our mind, but we think before we do these intense jumps. We don't immediately, we are not sucked into drama and conflict. We stand by and watch and say, okay, so you seem a little bit upset here. And we don't take things personally. You should really not take this person personally, because they are a little bit all over the place. So, not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So, fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others, thinking their success should be yours? Maybe you're afraid of all the good that's coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself from this self-destruction. Maybe you're afraid of all the good that's coming your way, so are you back where you started? It's like going in cycles. Are you back where you started? In a situation that reminds you of a past failure, the Five of Pentacles. They have felt like this before, probably when they were a child or in previous relationship. You must learn to love yourself through missteps and self-sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling this story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure this out. Yeah, okay. Avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass, and you will carry on unsatched and blameless. So that's the best advice for you. The most of all this was about your person here. What's going on? They are like in a very dramatic loop, a self-feeding loop that's escalates, and the best you can do is, not my circus, not my monkeys, and just keep your head cool. Try to not involve yourself in the conflicts, and say, if the person says hysterically this, you say, okay, so do that, it's a great idea. And then the person hysterically says that, and you say, okay, this is contradictive. Do this if you want to do this. If you want to do this thing in this way, do it in that way. It's up to you. I feel like this is better if you sort this out, because you are acting a little bit dramatic right now, and I know this is not you. And when you have calmed down, and if you need my help, I will be here. So try to step out of the whole, like this, what this person trying to suck you into. Lady of Lightning in the reverse. Sorry. Sometimes surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. So this was advice for you, 35. We'll see. Unpleasant news. You can expect unpleasant news, an unexpected shock, or an overall sense of powerlessness. That is what you may experience when the Lady of Lightning comes in reversed. This is a time when you may be forced to make a change you don't want to make. A situation may suddenly turn into a different direction than you hoped it would. For example, this person going even more crazy than you thought were possible. This is a sign of difficulty and unwanted surprises. But consider the idea of thunderstorm and how beautiful and charged with electricity the world is after it passes. And it will always pass, because that's the nature of the storm. Your difficulties will too, as that is the way of things as well. In the realm of Lady of Lightning, it's prudent to engage the law of non-resistance. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Relax and wait out the storm in the shelter of your fate and goodwill, trusting that all will be well, even if it doesn't seem like that in the moment. So don't get hysterical if the other person is not acting, as you hoped or expected. Just know that they're going through something very personal with their pattern and their illusions and their masks, and how they have acted like a person, but not really, without knowing who they really are. They try to act like this, that, like that, like this. And of course, this might be a shadow of you. So for some Capricorn, you need to recognize that maybe you are causing a lot of drama, and then, stop causing the drama. Become your parent. Take care of yourself. Don't in that moment, it doesn't have to be a decision forever, but in that moment, decide to be your parent, that you take care of you. What would you do if you took really good care of you right now? What would you do if you relied on yourself? Do that thing, and it will usually bring in good energy, okay? It's when we're starting to have high demands on others and get really disappointed with them, and the drama escalates and it becomes really ugly. So try to not go down that road. Sometimes it can be better to take a step back and see, okay, this person is really not fulfilling my needs. They are really not helpful. We can also mention to them that I would prefer that in our relationship we could help each other or have each other's back, or if I were having a big project, that you would help me, and if you have a big project, I help you, so we don't have to feel all out like exposed and vulnerable, that we know that we have each other in these situations. But if you can't do that for me, I can do that for myself, but I hope in the future that you will be able to step up, because I feel that it's an important part of a relationship. And then you also listen to their response and what they have to say about that situation or whatever conflict you are having, and don't try to persuade them. Do it for yourself, what you want to get done or how you want to be treated. Treat yourself in that way. Or if you want to go on a trip, go yourself on the trip with your friends, or some from your family, or your partner if it's your friend that acting like this. Yes. Sorry. Wonderful new life has an opportunity to grow when the storm passes. The Lady of Lightning would much prefer to be your ally anyway. She's really cool when she comes. Even if you get scared, she always brings you to the right place where you need to be. So let's say you're in an abusive relationship. Lady of Lightning, she comes and saves you from that. It's painful when it happens, but afterwards you're really grateful that happened. So it's a moment to pay respect and be grateful to the Lady of Lightning. She shifts things like this. She just changes our course of direction. And it can happen through even a car accident, or we lose something important, but it will always put us down where we need to be safe. So she's always trying to get us to a better place. But it's like if we didn't listen before, we just put up with a lot of maybe crazy stuff from this person. And this energy will just have enough of it and, save you brutally from this situation. So I feel like it's a very vulnerable person that you're dealing with. They need a lot of help, maybe from you, maybe from professionals or their family or their friends, but they need help. But most help they need from themselves. They need to start to love themselves, make themselves feel secure in the world, stop telling themselves all these crazy things that makes them feel small and, hysterical. From your end, you need to not get too involved. We can help a person, but don't get too personally involved. So you stand and fall with this person, or with what they do, or what decisions they will take, if they will, start taking drugs, or if they will, live a healthy life. It's not, don't let them drag you down. I feel like there's a nice person underneath this all, but will we ever see it in this lifetime? I'm very unsure about that, because I think that this person, they could change today and start to say, okay, all these crazy things that I believe, it might be true, it might not be true, but I always have my back. Whatever happened, I won't let myself down. I won't think thoughts as I'm going to kill myself, for example, because that's not helpful. I'm going to think, okay, so if this person doesn't love me and that person doesn't help me, I will take care of myself. It might not be what I want to do, but it will be what I will do. And that would change this whole person's story, because then they will become automatically cool. They wouldn't cause drama. They would be able to take much more clearer decision. We actually saw share it together with judgment.